Be me, tired of swiping. Thumb on autopilot, swipe left, swipe left, swipe left. Think about dinner, think about taxes. Swipe right by accident. Wait, no, actually, she seems normal. Keep it. Her Tinder photos are normal. Nice smile, casual clothes, coffee in hand energy. No yacht, no I'm spiritually enlightened captions. No 10-person group photo where I have to play Where's Waldo. Just a person. Bio is normal too. No red flag manifesto. No, if you can't handle me at my worst. No astrology ultimatum. No height requirements written. We match. Chat is normal. No weird tests. No, what's your 5-year plan? No, send a voice note proving you're real. She types like a human. We agree on a date. Cafe. Simple, public, low stakes. What could go wrong? Show up early. Because I'm trying to be a functioning adult. Sit down with my coffee. Pretend I'm relaxed. Check phone. Put phone away. Check phone again. She arrives exactly on time. Not a minute late, not a minute early. Exactly on time, like a train schedule. She walks in, spots me immediately. No scanning like, is that him? Just direct movement, purposeful, like she already knows the answer. She sits down, straight-backed, composed, looks around the cafe like she's about to give a presentation. My brain, why does this feel like an oral exam? She says, hi, firm. I say hi. And my body does a weird thing. I sit up straighter, immediately, without deciding to. My spine betrays me. Why am I sitting up straighter? Did she activate some childhood fear reflex? Am I about to be told to take my hood off in class? She places her bag neatly beside the chair. Not drops it, places it. She sets her phone face down, full attention on me, uninterrupted eye contact. She smiles professionally. So, she says, Anon, right? I nod. Yep, that's me. She nods once. Good. Good? What do you mean good? Did I pass check-in? Did I confirm identity? Was there a risk I was someone else? Am I being evaluated and graded in real time? We do small talk. Weather, coffee, traffic, work. Except it doesn't feel standard. She asks questions, but not rapid fire. Patient, structured, like she's guiding a conversation, like she's moderating a classroom discussion. I am suddenly aware of my posture again. I tell a story. She waits until I finish. Doesn't interrupt, doesn't rescue me from my own pauses. I start adding extra details. Then she says it. I teach. My brain stops moving for a second. Teaching what? I try to play it cool. Oh, cool. Like tutoring? Please say tutoring. Please don't say high school. She smiles. No, high school. High school. Teenagers. The final boss of human patience. She willingly does that for a living. High school, I repeat. Yes, she says calmly. Takes a sip of coffee. I take a sip of panic. My coffee tastes like, sir, please sit up straight. I suddenly feel like if I swear, she will correct me, with the exact tone that makes you want to apologize. She asks, so what do you do? I answer, IT computers. Normal response. Then my mouth betrays me. I behave. Why did I say that? Why? She raises an eyebrow. I didn't ask if you behave. My face heats up. I try to recover. I just wanted to clarify. She laughs. And it's not controlled. It's warm. Something inside me loosens. Like I just saw her drop the work mask for 1 second. She's still smiling. Sorry, she says. You're just very earnest. I relax about 10%. My spine is still at attention. She leans back slightly, shoulders loosen, voice softens. And for the record, she adds, I'm not like this all the time. Like what? I ask. She gestures at herself. Together. Oh, this isn't teacher energy. This is work mode. She came in with the professionalism still loaded. Then she drops a spoon. It clatters. Metal on ceramic. She winces. I hate that sound. That's the most human thing she's said so far. She smiles. Good, she says. Because I'm off the clock. She looks at me. And you don't seem intimidated anymore. I grin. Still a little, but in a good way. She laughs again. We stand to leave. She hesitates, like she's deciding whether she wants to admit something. I had a nice time, she says, even though I was a bit much. I tell her no. She smiles. Careful, she says. That almost sounded like flirting. I shrug. Maybe it was. Her smile widens, like she likes that answer more than she wants to admit. Then maybe, she says, we should do this again. She walks away, and I'm left thinking, strict at work, soft when she laughs. And I want to see more of both. Meet for dinner. She arrives composed as always. I stand up, smile calmly. Hey, you look great. She pauses. Thank you, she says. And I can tell she didn't expect me to lead with confidence. Good. We talk about work, and she starts. Well, you see, the problem with teenagers is... She stops herself, closes her eyes. Sorry, teacher voice. I grin. Oh no, go on, I'm taking notes. She laughs. Don't encourage me. Too late, I say. I'm sitting up straight already. She looks at me. You're enjoying this. I admit it, a little, but mostly I like seeing her relax. And the sincerity lands, because she goes quiet for a second, like she's not used to that. Waiter comes over. Everything okay? She opens her mouth, work mode ready to answer. I answer first. All good, we're having a great time. She blinks at me. After waiter leaves, you didn't even look at me before answering, I say. I trusted the vibe. She smiles slowly, confident. Later, she explains something. Clear structure, hands moving. Like she's building a lesson plan in the air. I listen, nod. Then when she finishes, I clap once. Great explanation, clear, concise. Would attend again. She laughs. Oh my God. You're not supposed to review me, she says. I shrug. Fair is fair. She smiles wider. The armor cracks again. We walk after dinner. Streetlights. Cool air. She sighs. Most people either put me on a pedestal or get nervous, she says. I ask, and I? She looks at me. You just talk to me. I smile. Because I matched with a person, not a profession. She stops walking, turns to me, really looks. That was smooth, she says. I grin. Confidence, learned skill. She laughs softly. When we part, she says, I feel lighter around you. I tell her that's good. She carries enough during the day. She says I'm not what she expected. I tell her neither is she. She walks away. And I think, strict because she has to be. Soft because she chooses to be. And tonight, she chose both. Ice rink was my idea. In hindsight, of course it was. This is the kind of plan you make when you want to look fun and confident. But you cannot skate. She steps onto the ice, carefully. I step on after her, confidently. Confidence lasts 0.5 seconds. Wobble, recover, wobble again. Do the cartoon arms thing. Pretend this is intentional. She looks at me. Are you okay? I say I'm great, asserting dominance over gravity. She smiles. Impressive strategy. Turns out she can skate. Not Olympic, but smooth, which is basically wizardry compared to me. I accuse her. She said she was okay. She shrugs. I had hobbies before grading essays. I reach for her hand. Then please save me. She laughs and takes it. Cold hands, dangerous intimacy. Mid-lap, she suddenly stiffens. Grip tightens. Voice drops. Anon, she says quietly. Yeah? Don't turn around. I turn around immediately. 3 teenagers, pointing, whispering. Recognition spreading across their faces like a plague. One mouths, Is that... She drops my hand like it's on fire. Oh no, she mutters. Oh no, no, no. Me internally, oh yes. She skates toward the wall, tries to look invisible. On an ice rink. I say relax. They're just kids. She corrects me, students. This is unprofessional. I tell her she's allowed to exist. She glares. Not romantically, on ice. One of them waves. Hi, MS. She smiles too fast. Hello! What a surprise. Wow. Ice. Learning happens everywhere. I bite my lip to avoid laughing. My cheeks hurt. I skate up beside her. I put an arm around her shoulders. Her eyes widen. What are you doing? I say I'm supporting her. She looks nervous. She hisses, People are watching. I say yes, including your students. She whispers, Stop. I whisper, Relax, you're off the clock. One kid loudly whispers, Is that her boyfriend? She nearly falls. I catch her. She makes the most defeated noise I've ever heard. I say careful. She groans. I'm never hearing the end of this. Students finally skate away. She exhales like she's been holding her breath since the bell rang. She says she hates they saw her like this. I ask like what? Human? She looks at me. Happy. I tell her that's not a crime. She softens. I say team effort, and she leans into me this time. We arrive at her place. Cold follows us. She kicks off her boots, immediately wraps herself in a blanket. She mutters she forgot how cold rinks are. I say, you say that like ice was a surprise. She shoots me a look. Don't be smart. Too late. I make hot chocolate. She watches from the counter, and now she looks fully off duty. Soft face, tired eyes, smile that isn't managing anyone. She says I'm comfortable here. I say confidence plus your couch invited me. She laughs, calls me trouble. I accept. I hand her the mug. Our fingers brush. She doesn't pull away. Instead, she looks up at me through her lashes, and I realize she's doing it on purpose. My hands are still cold, she says. I raise an eyebrow. Sounds like a problem. She goes, innocent tone. Any ideas? Oh, she's flirting first. She's actually initiating. This is not a drill. She steps closer. She says I was bold on the ice. I say someone had to keep her from falling. She tilts her head, asks if I just wanted an excuse to hold her. I grin. Both can be true. She smiles slow, deliberate. Oh, she says, so you admit it. I deny everything while stepping closer. She laughs quietly. Maybe. I lean in. She meets me halfway. Kiss is warm. She smiles against my mouth. That was fast, she murmurs. I pull back. Tell her she seemed ready. She shrugs, playful. I've been very patient all day. Then we had a great time together in bed. Morning light, coffee brewing. She ties her hair in the mirror, half awake, still smiling. She says, "You're driving me." I point out it wasn't a question. She smirks. I teach teenagers. I don't ask questions I don't already know the answer to. In the car, she's calm, work mode slowly returning. She says she's switching gears, like she has to put the armor back on. I ask if she's okay. She says yes, just switching. I tell her I like both versions. She glances at me. You're dangerous before 8 a.m.? We pull up by the school. She hesitates before leaving. Says last night was nice. I agree. She asks, tonight? I grin. Anytime after the bell. She kisses me quick, professional distance restored. Later introduce her to friends. Friends look at her, then at me, then back. One squints like he's doing math. Wait, here we go. They say she looks responsible, like she owns folders. She says she does. The room collapses into laughter. Someone asks what she does. She says she teaches. Chaos instantly. Friends claim? This explains why I show up on time, why I use a calendar. I protest, that was one time. She laughs. Traitor. A few months later, I introduce her to my parents. I grip steering wheel like it owes me money. She calls me out. I say parents are supportive but curious. She says she teaches teenagers. She's faced worse. It helps. Mom opens door smiling too fast. Dad stares like he's solving a puzzle. Dad jokes about my punctuality. I groan. She agrees. Double traitor. Mom adopts her immediately. Dad tests me quietly later. She good to you? I answer seriously, yes. Dad says don't mess it up. I say I won't. After a year of dating, I decide to propose on a hot air balloon. Proposal in the sky. She calls it bold. I say I learned from the best. She says I passed. Best grade of my life.